Welcome to the Feasible Research Questions page of Research Engineer. Feasible stands for the time, scope, resources, expertise, and funding related to the research question that you're wanting to write. You really have to take the time to think about the logistical implications of conducting a study that can answer your research question. This is what I tend to stress the most with my consultees and clients in my practice. You have to make sure that there's a large enough pool of participants that you can sample from in order to answer your research question, regardless of effect size. It is always useful to speak to a statistical consultant or a methodologist or a colleague that knows a little bit more than you do about research design and statistical power and sample size calculations, because it is really important to do those at the very beginning of a study. You can drastically undercut yourself or way overshoot the number of people that you need in your study based upon an effect size calculation. Scrolling down here with feasible and finer, you really need to take the time to answer these 8 questions honestly. Can you conduct it in your current environment? Do you have access to an adequate pool of participants? Do you have the time to conduct the study? Is the scope of it going to lead to attainable objectives such as an abstract submission or a manuscript that you're going to write? And then take the time to think about your effect size. Are you going to be able to detect it while still holding clinical relevance with an adequate sample size that you'll have access to? And then do you have the resources and expertise? Speaking earlier about a statistical consultant or a methodologist, go ahead and bring them onto the study, give them authorship if you think that their contribution warrants it. And then you have a little bit more collaboration, which always helps out in any research study. And then finally, if you don't have any idea what type of effect size that you're trying to detect, conduct a pilot study, collect 50 or 100 or 150 participants, run your analyses, and then use a post hoc power analysis with G-Power to know how well powered your study is and how many more individuals you may need to collect to find a clinically significant effect. Scroll down here to the interesting button to continue.